As always, I'm your host, Chris McLean, and this is Total Drama Island!
Total Drama Island 2023 is finally here with a brand new season full of brand new characters. Yes, after 2 years of all the leaks, all the speculation, we can now finally tune into the brand new season of Total Drama. Now, originally I was going to talk about All Stars vs. Pahkitehl, but with all the buzz surrounding the new season, I thought I'd just go ahead and give my thoughts around it now, and push back the versus battle until next video. So before we dive into everything, be sure to click that like and subscribe button so I know you like my content. Without further interruptions, let's begin. Okay, so I gotta say this year has just been throwing W's out left and right, from Scream 6 to the Mario movie to now this new season of Total Drama. Yes, you heard me right. This season, in my opinion, was a success. Of course, I'm not gonna sit here and say it was a flawless season by any means, but it definitely got the job done. So the first thing you're going to notice right away is Chris McLean's new voice, now voiced by Terry McGurran, aka Dawn from the Dauntless Race. Due to some allegations surrounding Christian Potenza, Fresh TV had to go ahead and move forward with the new season, so they ultimately decided to replace him, which I completely understand. Either way, Terry did an absolute solid job, and it didn't take long at all for me to get used to the new voice. The new characters themselves were honestly pretty good, with a few of my favorites being Z, Scary Girl, Damien, and Bowie. There were some characters that had very similar traits to previous contestants, but that's to be expected, when you've had so many characters in the Total Drama universe by this point. I mean, this is what, Gen 4? Or even 5 if you count the Redonkulous Race. When I see Axel, a survivalist who is preparing for the zombie apocalypse, the first person I immediately associate with her is Sean. Ripper felt like a blend of Owen and Duncan, while Scary Girl is just a much more insane version of Izzy. While this may sound like they're direct copies of previous contestants, the way these new characters are written and projected, you'll have no trouble seeing the difference. As usual, Total Drama did a phenomenal job when it came to the introduction of its characters. I think one of the biggest things people were so worried about with these new characters was a heavy emphasis on diversity, which after watching this season, I can confirm it's not at all thrown in your face, it didn't feel forced in the slightest, and I'm really happy to say it made for a really good season. The way they implemented everything flowed through perfectly, like the reveal of Z being the amputee was executed very well. Having a shark biting off his leg, and him showing off it's a prosthetic, then proceeding to go around telling everyone cool stories of how he quote-unquote lost it, was utterly hilarious. Another thing that's noticeably different is the amount of involvement and change in Chef Hatch's character. In the last couple seasons, Chef's involvement was pretty much next to none, almost like he was an NPC or something, so to see Chef have a ton more involvement was really nice to see. The thing about this new Chef is that he's more or less now the voice of reason to Chris, especially when it comes to the safety of the contestants, and during the eliminations, he would tell the contestants what they did wrong, or how they could have done something better. Overall, it seems they are really trying to keep Chef attuned to his Dramarama attire, which works out perfectly since it evenly counteracts Chris's behavior. Speaking of Chris's behavior, you'll notice he's a lot more toned down when compared to Pahkitehl and All Stars. While I wouldn't say he's on the same level of sanity as the original Total Drama Island, I would feel comfortable scaling his sanity at around the World Tour era, which is still a lot better than what we've seen lately. I also do want to point out that the new Dock of Shame, now being the Drone of Despair, is very catchy, it's funny, and it fits in perfectly with the style of this new season. Getting to the challenges, I was very happy to see simplicity return to the show without it feeling too simple and boring. We even got to see a revamped version of the Brunch of Disgustingness, which was pretty cool. Seeing more than one antagonist again was really awesome, especially Julia's transition into a villain, and Bowie's behind the scenes schemes. Point blank, the strategy side of this season was off the charts. I like how majority of these characters have their own agenda on how to win, without it coming off too strong. There were also a small handful of references to previous contestants, such as a cosplay Owen, a cardboard cutout of Sean, and Damien making vote up buttons similar to Dave. Overall, they're pretty subtle references, nothing too crazy, and I'm really glad they said it's been 15 years since they first aired, with them returning to the island setting. just with a brand new location. So we finally got the answer of which island they would use, since Wallanoq sank in All-Stars. So no, they didn't resurrect the OG island, it's an all-new abandoned island, completely different. The next question people had was how they would handle 16 contestants with a 13 episode format, and the answer to that is they just eliminated a couple contestants at once and had a 3-person finale. Sure, it would have been nice to see a where are the previous contestants now, but for what we got, it's alright. Who knows, maybe we'll see an official Total Drama reunion in the future, whether it's another spin-off or a quick cameo in later seasons. So all in all, while I've had a lot of good things to say about this season, there are a few things I think they could have improved upon. One thing being the amount of fart jokes. While Total Drama has always had these, this new season has a switch on overload, with an entire episode dedicated to farts, which got very repetitive quickly. I also wish we could have seen more done with MK's confessional plan. The idea of using someone's confessional against them was a really cool and creative idea, but overall there was not a whole lot done with it. Lastly, the finale felt really underwhelming, like not a lot of action, especially for a Total Drama finale, but at the end of the day, it was still enjoyable to watch. Overall, I like how they kept things the same but also different at the same time to keep things fresh. Hopefully when season 2 comes out, we'll get to see more explored on those topics, as well as some new ones. I'm definitely hyped for the future of Total Drama, and I can't wait to see what they have in store for us. Alright viewers, that's the end of this list. Be sure to let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are regarding this new season. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did the new theme song grow on you? I know most wish it could have been longer, but unfortunately, it's not up to the Total Drama crew. That's up to the networks to decide, and unfortunately, they chose to keep it short. So it is what it is. But alright viewers, with all that said, I look forward to seeing you with our next list.